What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about what it's like in the Canadian Armed Forces. So, here in the United States, we are very, very proud of our military. And so much so that I don't think we bother to learn anything about other militaries. So today, I really want to take a look at this video and learn about what it's like in the Canadian military. So let's take a look.
Welcome to a life of honor, service, teamwork, and pride. Welcome to the Canadian Forces.
Okay.
More than 90,000 Canadians serve in our Army, Navy, and Air Force in more than 100 trades and professions.
Wow.
They're men and women just like you who accepted the challenge and mastered the skills to prove themselves in one of the world's most elite military forces.
Wow. I gotta say, I don't know if this is just the style that everyone does it in, but this literally reminds me of every American military recruitment video, or so far, it's extremely similar.
Across Canada and around the world, in times of war and national need, the Canadian Forces are always ready to defend, to help, and to serve.
Members of the Canadian Forces span a wide range of careers and commitments, from part-time service in the reserves to full-time occupations in the regular force.
Okay, so that's the same. You guys have a reserve, and you have people who are full-time in the military.
At home bases in Canada, aboard ship, or on deployment overseas, all Canadian Forces members enjoy the security of a stable job, many benefits, and a great working environment.
That's the same as well, and a huge incentive for a lot of people. Here in the United States, it's a huge incentive to join the military. It's just a great career, and you're going to get paid well. It's tough. It's hard. I have a brother who's in the military, so I know a bit about this stuff. He's a Marine, and it's hard. It's very hard. And but it's so freaking important, and it's such an amazing thing. And yeah, it seems like in Canada, you guys have very much the same sort of mentality towards it, where it's a really important thing, and it's really important responsibility, and it's a good career for like making money. And I don't know what your retirement programs are like, but in America, you can get amazing benefits being in the military, amazing retirement payments, and yeah, it's good.
Regardless of whether you're in the Army, Navy, or Air Force, every member of the forces starts their military career with basic training. For the regular force, this takes place at the Canadian Forces Leadership and Recruit School in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec.
Oh wow!
Basic training.
What branch of the Canadian military are we talking about here?
Canadian Forces Leadership and Recruit School in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu. Every member of the forces starts their military career with basic training. For the regular force, this
The regular force? The regular force. What is... I don't think I've ever heard that term before. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but is this like the Canadian Army? I know you have like the Royal Canadian Air Force. That's another branch, I think. But I don't know what the regular force means.
takes place at the Canadian Forces Leadership and Recruit School in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec.
Wow.
Basic training teaches you the basic skills and knowledge common to all trades.
Right.
It will make you physically and mentally fit and leave you with a great sense of achievement, purpose, and confidence.
So this is the same in the United States. No matter what branch of the military you're going into, you start as a regular person, like a civilian, and then you go into basic training. Same thing in Canada. Okay.
Compare how I was before to now, yes, I have changed drastically. I have a lot more confidence in myself. I know that if I put my mind to something, I could achieve it.
That's really cool. Like, that's such a big thing with the military, is like you go in as one person, and the experience of basic training, the experience of being in the military and that way of life, it will change you. It is inevitable. It will change you as a person.
For the reserves, basic training may be conducted locally at your home unit. These courses are held on weekends, spread out over several months.
Okay.
For officers and non-commissioned members alike, when you're done at Saint Jean, the next stages of your training will depend on whether you're in the Army, Navy, or Air Force, and on the specific occupation you've chosen.
You guys have an Army, Navy, and Air Force. Are you telling me that everybody starts at the same basic training? Because in America, like, if you're in the Army, that's one basic training. If you're a Marine, it's a different place. Like, this almost makes it seem like the different branches of the Canadian military all train together in basic training. I don't know if they just didn't get into the details of that or how that works.
Throughout your training, you'll be housed in dormitory-style barracks. You'll wear your uniform during working hours, and you'll be fed at the base kitchen.
Okay.
Once your training is complete, members of the regular force will be posted to one of the Canadian Forces bases across the country.
The regular force. There's that term again. The regular force. Is that like an umbrella term? If you're talking about Army, Navy, whatever, it's just all under the umbrella of the regular Canadian force? Maybe?
At work, you'll wear your uniform at all times. But at home, your dress and your lifestyle will be the same as most Canadians.
Many
Okay.
members who are single choose to reside on base in barracks like these, although you can't always count on space being available. The rent is reasonable, and meals are offered at the base kitchen, again at a reasonable cost.
Okay.
Advantages?
That's a cool thing, as like that the military provides housing like that. That there's so many benefits, because obviously it's a tough life and it's a tough job, and someone's got to do it. Thank God for those people. So it's cool you get a lot of like benefits.
I guess would be saving money and just the convenience of living on base. So you have the gym right there, stay in shape. There's lots of guys looking for people to play various sports, whether it be basketball, volleyball, badminton, squash, hockey. I could literally play.
My God. Hockey, of course, because it's Canada. It's such a serious profession, such a serious line of work. So it's like funny that when they talk about the benefits of like, you can join the hockey league while you're learning to kill people.
Hockey every day if I wanted. The food is surprisingly good. I'm actually a pretty big fan of it. It's going to be hard to move out.
Really?
I have to cook for myself afterwards.
I don't know if I've ever heard it. Maybe that's a Canadian armed forces thing. I've never heard anyone say that the like military food is really good. Maybe that's a Canada thing.
For personnel with a spouse and or children, there may also be on-base housing available for rent.
That's
Even
nice.
if only one of you is a member of the forces.
That's nice.
But many members choose to live off base in private housing that they rent or own.
I'd like to think I live a normal life. I have a wife and 2 kids. We live currently off base. I think I have the best of both worlds. I have a job that I can play out in the field, be in the sandbox, if you may. At home, I get to be a father and get to see my kids grow up.
So I'm starting to realize this video is clearly like a recruitment video. This is trying to sell the idea of being in the Canadian military, because why else is this guy talking about like the amazing, it's true. It might just be because it's true, but obviously I think this video was made by the Canadian Armed Forces, so this is somewhat of a recruitment video showing all the amazing like benefits and stuff.
Whether you live on base or off, you'll find schools, hospitals, sports and recreation facilities, family resource centers, and other community organizations that enhance the quality of military life for both single people as well as families.
That is cool. It seems like the Canadian military, I don't know if this is like a marketing thing or what, but I like it. The Canadian military is doing a great job at saying like, yes, you're in the military, but your life isn't over. You are going to have as normal a life as we can possibly give you, where you'll be able to be with your family and do normal things. And because I think the scary thing for most people is joining the military is it feels like a lifestyle and upending your entire life and just a whole new way of life, to be honest. And the Canadian Armed Forces, this video is doing like a good job saying, yes, that's true, but you'll also have, like, it's not like your whole life is going to be like totally crazy and you're still going to get to be normal.
In fact, many Canadian Forces members are actively involved in their local communities.
Huh.
Members of the reserves continue to live at home in their communities, working part-time with their reserve unit, or full-time joining regular units for exercises and deployments, or serving full-time for limited periods under terms of service that can last from 2 weeks to 3 years.
Wow. Just casually, you know, driving around the missile. This is what I mean by, like, they want you to have a normal life, but there's nothing normal about it. Just casually driving the missile around the silo. Okay.
In the regular force, you'll get 4 weeks off per year with pay right from the start.
Whoa. 4 weeks. Oh my God, 4 weeks. Canada is just, what a place. Because I've learned you guys have a lot more vacation at your jobs and like longer maternity leave. And in the military, you guys get like 4 weeks off a year. That is amazing.
After 5 years of service, that goes up to 5 weeks of paid holidays. By then, a commissioned officer's annual salary could top $70,000.
What? I'm not even Canadian. This thing is recruiting me. It's like, wow, that's really amazing.
And other ranks could be earning over $50,000 a year.
Having a good, steady salary was always something in the back of my head, aside from the travel and patriotic side. To be able to do all that and be paid at the same time, it was a healthy career choice for me. The pay is absolutely fantastic.
I wouldn't be very honest
Wow.
if I didn't say that the pay wasn't an incentive. It's,
Yeah, I mean, there's no shame in that. Obviously, that is important in life, getting a job. And what's a more stable job than like a government job, let alone the military? They're going to take good care of you because you are quite literally putting your life on the line for your country, and you should be compensated fairly for that. So, yeah, you should. There's no problem with Brad here being like, I can't lie, it's the money.
it's a great pay structure with the Canadian military. The pension's fantastic, and I can sail away from home knowing that my loved ones are taken care of as well when I'm gone.
Right.
Reserve Force personnel are paid a daily rate for the days they are on duty. They may also be eligible for a transportation assistance allowance depending on the distance between their residence and their unit.
Wow.
You'll also receive free medical and dental care, as well as prescription drugs. And you
Wait a minute. I thought you already got free medical care in Canada. What do you mean? This almost had me like in my American brain being like, yeah, medical insurance, dental insurance. Yeah, and it's like, wait a minute. This is Canada. Because there's a lot of similarities going on here, but what do you mean medical care is covered? I thought it was always covered.
can apply to have your dependents covered under the Public Service Health and Dental Care Plan.
Well, the dental. Maybe we're talking about the dental. That's like an extra thing, right? Okay.
As for your pension plan, it matches the program of other members of the federal public service.
While they're under contract,
Okay.
reservists are also entitled to free medical and dental care. And
So there's the healthcare and a pension plan, a retirement plan, which is, again, I don't know if they're going to go into detail about that, but that's really nice.
they're entitled to participate in the Public Service Health and Dental Care Plan to provide coverage for their families.
Okay.
Keeping Keeping fit is a big part of the Canadian Forces lifestyle. Whether it's in team sports like basketball, softball, soccer, and hockey, or individual workouts at some of the best equipped gyms in Canada.
You know, I don't know if the American Armed Forces put so much effort into these like sports leagues. This makes it look like a lot of fun. Like you're gonna join the Canadian military and make a bunch of friends and play hockey and get paid well, which I'm sure is true. But this is really emphasizing that. I don't know if it's like the marketing or whatever, but anyway, I like the emphasis on staying physically fit and athletic and training, and that should be a part of being in the military. In America, from what I understand, our standards for military have gone down somewhat. I mean, you can even look at American police. Like, there are clearly members of our police and military that are not physically capable of doing the job. And that the training and the going to the gym and staying fit when you're a soldier or a police officer, that literally should be part of the job.
Many bases also have swimming pools and arenas, and all of these facilities are also available to your spouse and children at a minimum cost.
The military fitness center that is dedicated to the soldiers is also dedicated to the family here. My kids get to use the same facilities that I use in my training.
Very cool.
Whether you've just moved to a new posting across the country or you're about to leave on a 6-month deployment overseas, it's a stressful time for you and your family.
Right.
No matter what you or your family needs help with, information and assistance is available through the Military Family Resource Center located on every Canadian base.
Oh, that's nice. Wow, like it's specifically catered towards family, helping with family questions and logistics, and that's awesome. From this video, it seems really clear to me the Canadian Armed Forces does a lot in its power to cater to having a family and a normal life while being in the military, which is awesome.
You'll find trained professionals and dedicated volunteers to help you with counseling and referrals, even employment assistance for your spouse.
The people here were so friendly. They right away grabbed a bunch of pamphlets on what do you need to know. Tell me the dynamics of your family. How old are your children? What programs would you want to use?
What the military is trying to do is show that they really are a family and they do take care of their people.
The military has been very good to me. I had a daughter who had special needs and required me to be home almost 200 days of the year to take care of her in the hospital. And the military is the only job in the world where they'll give me the time off and pay me and support me the whole way through.
Whoa! That's like one of the most amazing things I've heard in this whole video. I don't think that would happen in America. There's no way you could take 200 days off and be employed, even by the government. That's incredible.
A career in the Canadian Forces is so much more than making a living.
The career in the Canadian Forces allows you to see things that you normally wouldn't get to see in the civilian world and experience things that you wouldn't. So you're part of a much bigger thing when you're in the Canadian Forces.
Yeah.
I've made some of the best friendships of my life here in the military, whether it be through the training you go through together or whether it be when you're overseas, the stuff you go through, you form some really strong friendships.
Yeah. I think a lot of American military members have a very similar experience. Like the people you get the closest to in your whole life, like you will meet in the military, and yeah, it's just like it definitely changes people and gives you a whole different outlook, and the things you get to do and see and the places you go, and the not to even mention the discipline that is required to do it all is pretty incredible.
Since I joined the military and I've progressed and I've done different jobs, I've been very proud of what I've been able to accomplish. I'm 28 years old now, and most 28-year-olds that I know, they don't have the responsibility that I do at this point.
Yeah.
There's other things as well, you know, as being part of the military, things like going on adventure training, the whole camaraderie, esprit de corps, you know, having a team that you're working with all the time.
Now, one thing I'm noticing, and I'm not sure about, is all of these Canadians are very, very nice, for lack of a better word. The American military personnel, from my experience, are very, very intense. And I'm not getting that same sort of impression. Maybe it's just the people that are in this video, but I honestly think it's like kind of nice to see like the members of the Canadian military who are these military professionals, but they are very normal, polite, like smart, and not so, like in America, there's like this stereotype almost that you have to be shouting. If you're in the military, you have to be extremely intense, shouting, like almost angry, like, and not even like almost not even acting like a normal person. Now, I'm sure there's a time and a place in the Canadian military, like if you're literally on deployment or training or in combat, where it's all serious. But I don't know. If you know what I mean, it just seems like Canadian military people are a little more normal. But that could just be like my anecdotal experience. That could totally just be me, like, and what I've seen.
And then feeling like you're really making a difference when you get to participate in some of these activities like deployments and things like that.
Well, I wanted to serve in the Canadian Forces. I was not born in this country. I actually immigrated to this country, so I wanted to give something back.
My calling personally was definitely to contribute to Canada as a whole, and the experiences that I've gone through thus far have really made me the person that I am today and better prepared for anything that comes my way from here on in.
Wow.
There's no career more challenging or rewarding. An opportunity to take part in defending our country and participate in world events that will change your life and the lives of the people you're helping.
You'll obtain world-class qualifications. You'll gain skills and leadership. You'll visit more destinations than most people will see in a lifetime and make great friends along the way. Are you ready to make a difference?
Haha! Yes! That was that was a recruitment video. That was meant to get you pumped up. And I think it worked. This was a bit different from American military marketing. In America, it's like defend your country, and it's like a guy holding a gun. But in Canada, it's like make a difference and defend your country, and also live a happy, normal life, which I think is fantastic and such a great message. Because yes, your life should be like the military, but that shouldn't mean like giving up your humanity or something. Hey, it's a balance, but this was really cool. Like I said, here in America, we don't learn anything about Canadian military or what it's like or what you guys are doing. So this was a really cool, like, behind the scenes look for me at what the Canadian Armed Forces are like. Tons of similarities between Canada and the United States military. And still quite a few differences I noted, too. So this was really cool. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on the Canadian Armed Forces. That'd be cool to hear about, especially if you're Canadian and especially if you've been in the Canadian Armed Forces. That'd be amazing to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.